recipe is the Ebira method of making beans soup. To prepare this, you will need the following ingredients: beans, chicken, cowhide, also known as pomo, stockfish, dried fish, onions, blended pepper, seasoning or bouillon powder, habanero peppers, bell peppers, crayfish, spinach, locust beans, palm oil, and some salt. I'll begin by picking out the dirts from the beans. I'll transfer the chicken, which has been nicely cleaned up, into a clean pot. I'll then add some onions, blended pepper, and salt to taste. Then the bouillon or seasoning powder, and then I'll give it a stir. Let it marinate for at least 15 minutes. Then put it on the stove and let it to cook on a low heat. The chicken has been steaming now for about 10 minutes and it has produced its own juice. I'll add in the stockfish, which has been nicely cleaned up. I'll pour in some water and then I'll give that a stir. Cover the pot and leave it to cook for about 7 minutes. In a dry blender, add in the beans and grind it until it is smooth. Next, in a blender, add the pepper and onions, which is nicely cleaned. Add some water, cover it, and blend. I'll check the chicken and the stockfish, which has been cooking now for a while. And at this point, the chicken is ready. Take out the chicken and transfer into a baking tray. I'll be grilling the chicken in the oven. Now, cover and leave the stockfish to cook some more. Transfer the chicken to a preheated oven and grill at about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, I'll slice the spinach like so. In an empty pot, add some red palm oil, just a little bit of palm oil because I don't want to use so much for this recipe. And once the oil is hot enough, add some onions and give it a stir. Saute these onions for about 3 to 5 minutes. Once the onions are tender, add in the blended pepper and stir. Leave the pepper to cook for about 10 minutes. The pepper mix has been cooked now for about 10 minutes. I'll give that a nice stir. Next, I'll add the already cleaned dried fish, the cowhide, also known as pomo, and the stockfish. The locust beans now, then the crayfish, salt to taste, and some bouillon powder. I'll add the stock from the chicken and the stockfish, and I'll still add some water and give it a gentle stir. Cover the pot and bring it to a boil. Here, I have the blended beans. And this is what it looks like after blending. 1 cup of beans was blended. I'll be using half of it for this recipe and will save up the other half for another day. It's time to add the beans powder. Gradually, I'll do that while I stir. At this point, I'll add the grilled chicken and give it another gentle stir. pot for another 15 to 20 minutes. It's been 15 minutes. Give it a nice stir. Wow, it smells really amazing. I wish you can perceive the aroma coming out of my kitchen. Ooh la la. The vegetable always comes last, remember, because it loses its color, crunchiness, and nutrients when it's overcooked. This is the Ebira style and method of cooking bean soup. It is very delicious. Once the vegetables are in, turn off the stove. The steam from the soup will cook the vegetables. I'll go ahead and enjoy mine with fufu. How about you? What would you accompany your Ebira style bean soup with? Avo. Bye now.